This is the third video in a series of videos about mystery angles. In this video, we will focus on angles that make a full turn. So we can use the fact that a full turn around a vertex is 360 degrees. We can use that fact to help us solve mystery angle problems. For example, in this first question, we can see that part of this angle of the full turn is 42 degrees, and then the rest of the angle, what we would call the reflex or outside of the angle, is a mystery. So to solve this problem, we can take the total, which is 360 degrees, subtract the part that we know, and we can use our calculator to help us if we'd like. And that will be left with the part that we don't know. So we can say for this problem that x is equal to 318 degrees. Let's look at another one. In this problem, we see that we still have a full turn, which we know is worth 360 degrees. We're missing the smaller part of it in this case, but we know that the outside or reflex part of this angle is worth 293 degrees. So to solve the problem, we're going to start with the total of 360 degrees for a full turn, subtract the part that we know, and again, we can use our calculator to help us. And we'll be left with the part that we don't know. So we can say that the y is equal to 67 degrees. Okay, I'd like for you to try a few of these on your own. So the first question that you're going to try on your own is solving for c. So you don't have to copy down the picture. You can solve it in your scribbler. And when you're finished solving, when you found the value of c, you can unpause the video to watch my solution. Okay, hopefully you found the value of c. Again, we're going to start with the total. So we know that this is a full turn, or 360 degrees. We're going to subtract the part that we know. In this case, we know part of the angle is 75 degrees. We can use our calculator to help us if we need to. And that will leave us with the part that we don't know. So we can say that c is equal to 285 degrees. Let's have you try another one. Okay, in this problem, you're solving for d. So have a look at the problem, solve it on your own. When you're finished solving it, you can hit play to watch my solution. Okay, hopefully you've solved it on your own. Again, in this case, we have a full turn, which we know is 360 degrees. So if we start with the total, then we subtract the part that we know. In this case, we know the reflex angle, or outside of the angle, is worth 339. We can use our calculator to help us if we'd like. And we're left with 21 degrees. So we can say in this case that d is equal to 21 degrees. Okay, let's try another one. This one's a little bit trickier, but I know that you can solve it. In this case, you're solving for e. When you finish solving it, you can hit play to watch my solution. Okay, hopefully you've solved for e. In this case, we're going to do the same thing again. So we know that our total, our full turn, is 360 degrees. Now we want to subtract the part that we know. In this case, that's broken up into two separate angles. We need to add those together. So in a different spot, I'm going to add those two angles together. And I can use my calculator to help me if I'd like. Okay, so that means that all of the angles that I know add up to 258. So I can subtract that from my total. I can use my calculator if I would like. And that leaves me with what I don't know, which is angle E. So I can say that angle E is 102 degrees. Okay, one final question for practice. This one's a bit tricky, but I know that you can solve it. When you're finished solving it, hit play to watch my solution. All right, hopefully you found F on your own. Same solution again. So we know a full turn is 360 degrees. So all of these separate angles together need to add up to 360 degrees. So if I start with that total, then I want to subtract what I know. So I know that I have 30 degrees here and 160 degrees here. So I can start by adding those two together. I can use my calculator if I need to. Okay. Now I have two angles left over, but I know the value of this one. If I remember the clue that we learned earlier, this square tells me that this is worth 90 degrees. So I can add that to my total of what I know. Again, I can use my calculator if it's a faster solution for me. So now I found that all of these angles together add up to 280 degrees. So I'm going to subtract that from my total, which I know has to be 360 degrees. Use my calculator if it's a faster strategy for me. And it's 80 degrees. So I can say that F is 80 degrees.